What up and welcome. We got 4 Game 7s coming up next. Will the Warriors championship repeat have life? Will an upset or maybe two or maybe three occur in the East and the West? We're finding out right now. Let's get things rolling. Game 7, Warriors and the Wolves. Pick this thing up early second quarter. 1-point Warriors lead. Here comes Darian Hairston. Difficult bucket, and the Wolves are on top. Warriors answer. Good bounce pass inside. Won't fall, but the extra effort here from Russell Kingston. Turned away initially, answers that one up. A little step back jumper. Javon Roll, they'll need the former MVP to get rolling. In this one, he's going to find inside feed, and the Warriors up by 10. Late in this second quarter, Hairston with the answer. It's a 6-point game. Trying to work their way back. They're going to find Antoine Okoro, and we got a 3-point basketball game with 3:40 to go. However, Warriors again respond. Triple there by Dixon, 6-point lead. Roll driving to the rack. Up and under, gets the flyby from Ogilvy, leads at 11, trying to find a little help. Caden Dickerson late in the quarter, and the Warriors have a double-digit lead. Deja vu here in Game 7. Starting things off, the step through the kick out. Dickerson starts off the second half with another triple. However, here comes the Wolves in point. Abizoj like first the dunk, then the oop in transition. It's an 11-point game. Timeout. Warriors. Michael Cooper on the answer. And the Wolves storming back to within 8. Score is still 8. Bucket again from Abizoj has him within 5. Start fourth quarter. Melvin Pierce to the rack. We're tied at 92. Here come the Wolves on the road, but here come the Warriors at home. Damian Pack inside pushes the lead to 2. Same score. Javon Roll, you cannot go under the screen. Step back triple, good. And Roll has the Warriors up. Still a 3-point game. It's Russell Kingston on the defense, leading to offense, finding Lynn Gardner in transition, and the Warriors are up by 5. Warriors up 7 again. Shamar Poole going under the screen, the shimmy, and the bucket from Javon Roll gets it to go. Inside goes Roll again, pushing the lead back to 10. 14-point game, 2:30 to go. Javon Roll putting it on ice. The dance on the Wolves. One last gasp, 2:20. How about this verticality? One more look at Russell Kingston getting head above the rim. Flying high, Russell Kingston. That's going to be the ball game, though. 126-111. Warriors get the win. They're moving on. The Wolves, for the second straight year, lose in the first round to Golden State. Late fourth quarter, Oklahoma City, Phoenix. Jacoby Cleaves has had back-to-back triple-doubles. He's trying to do another one late in this fourth quarter. He's already got 43 points. Here comes Davis Montgomery. The block inside, push and transition. And it's a bucket from Zane Bennett. 4-point lead with 45 seconds to go in regulation. Oklahoma City needing something. The charge called on Montgomery on the ensuing possession, and all things appear to be lost. But a turnover by Phoenix sets the stage for a dramatic comeback from the Thunder. Here's Montgomery answering after the miss the last time down. First free throw, good by Cade Cunningham. Second free throw, not good. Door open with 25 seconds to go. Kick out, Tobias Bell. Alley-oop to Sesnoskis, and it's a 1-point game with 20 seconds to go. After free throws, still a 3-point lead because of that door being opened by Cade Cunningham. Tobias Bell says, I'm going to walk right through it. Gets the triple in the corner to go, ties us at 128 with 16 seconds left. Phoenix a chance to win in regulation. Inside to Jacoby Cleaves. He's got an opportunity. Bouncing inside. The sky hook off, and we get extra basketball in Game 7. Is just a great series. It's going to keep going. Zane Bennett, the fadeaway, starts us off. 132-130. Tied up again at 132. Who are they going to find? Jacoby Cleaves over top of Davis Montgomery, and it's a 5-point advantage. Still a 5-point lead. Trying to get an answer. 2.5. Here comes Davis Montgomery, the free agent to be. Big bucket inside on Cleaves going toe to toe. 2:18 left. Here's Cleaves again. Pull up. Triple. Good. And the lead balloons to 6. Still a 6-point game. Here comes Montgomery. Under a minute to go. Another bucket and deja vu. 4-point lead.
Suns with the ball, 40 seconds to go. Taking their time this time. Cleaves up top to Cunningham. Swings it to Anthony Edwards. The triple, and that's going to put it away. 148, 141, 53-point triple-double. NBA record from Jacoby Cleaves for the most points scored in a Game 7. His third straight triple-double to get the Suns the 3-1 comeback. Bulls and the Heat, there's no drama here. A competitive series, but Chicago at home appears to have extinguished the flames of Miami. Joshua Chapman has a great night, burying the triple there to make it a large lead. It's 26 at this point. Here's Javon Stokes, the fadeaway jumper off the glass. And the Bulls dominate this game. Here's Stokes just to add to it, to the rack and the foul. John Morant can't believe it. 126-83 win, Miami going home. The 69-win Chicago Bulls avoid the upset in the first round. Speaking of trying to avoid upsets, how about Las Vegas trying to pull it, Seattle trying to avoid it? Venom led 3-1. Alshon Webb has rallied this team back to force a Game 7, including the dramatic overtime win in Game 6 on the road. Pick it up early, the Venom on top by 22. Trying to find a comeback, driving to the rack. Dion Ivey with the bucket, cuts it to 20. Feels like the Chris Paul jumper to cut it to 43, but all the same. Alshon Webb down by 20 inside to Alexander Zangalia. Can't get it to go. Tough night from Zangalia. 6 for 15. They needed more from him in this one. He didn't provide it. Donnell Everett did. Spinning to the rack. The jumper, or the lay-in goes. We got ourselves a basketball game. 9 points. Here come the Venom. PJ Williams answering with the harm, and it's back to a 12-point game. Fourth quarter, late. Alshon Webb, 12-point game. Make that 10. Trying to push this team back. PJ Williams can't get the triple to go. Could have pushed it to 13. Donnell Everett, the turnover, though. In transition, Isaac Knox to Corey Flynn, and the lead back to 12. Needing a late push. Here's Everett. He was perfect from deep. This is one of them. 5 for 5, a season-high 19 points for the Sonics in this game. Inside, the jump, the feed inside to Tariq Wheeler, and Alexander Zangalia fouling out. The number 2 guy on this Sonics team departs with under 5 minutes to go, which means who are they going to rely on? Alshon Webb. Inside to find Mao Chung Lu. 8-point game. The Sonics not dead yet. 4 minutes to go. Inside, Isaac Knox. Kick out to PJ Williams. Answering the call. Pushes it to 11. Trying to find a last gasp. Inside it goes, and up and in for a alley-oop there for the Sonics, and it's an 8-point game. Venom driving again. Maurice Brackens can't get it to go. Offensive board. Kicks out to Isaac Knox. Another opportunity for the Venom. Knox trying to drive on Webb. Can't find it. Swings it to Corey Flynn. Flynn, the screen, finding Knox at the late shot clock. Won't go, but PJ Williams again. A pair of offensive boards. And the lead is up to 10. 90 seconds to go. Sonics needing some type of a comeback. Alshon Webb trying to find it. The defense from Tariq Wheeler going to have other ideas. And the Sonics comeback bid just not going to be enough. The Venom, who led this series 3-1, answering with a 110-102 win to advance to the conference semifinals. Book 'em. Warriors for a second straight season take down Minnesota in Game 7. Plus, the Bulls survive the upset. The Suns rally back from 3-1 to survive the upset of their own. And we do have one upset. That's the Venom beating the Sonics. So start Warriors-Wolves. Javon Roll continues to just be awesome. He was great to close this series out. Even at 31, in a league where you've got Deontay Dixon as an MVP finalist at age 24. Abiz Ojale as an MVP finalist at 23, 24, 25, something like that. Darnell Gist is 23. Javon Stokes, Amari Swift. The youth in the NBA is all sub 30. The talent in the NBA is pretty much all sub 30. And then you've got Javon Roll at 31, which, let's be honest, is not actually that old. 31 years old is young enough to still be spry. But he's been elite, and he was great in this series. He was great again, and the Wolves just had zero options and zero answers for him throughout this game. He was the difference, especially in the fourth quarter.
right? This game was competitive. The Warriors get that early lead in the first half. The Wolves rally back, and then as you get this sense in the building, as the Wolves are preparing to make this push, right, and get over the hurdle of the Golden State Warriors, this hurdle that they cannot clear now for a second straight season. It was the championship poise of Javon Roll, the five-time finals, five-time champion, three-time finals MVP, just stepping in and saying, I'm actually going to finish this thing off. And this is how it's done. He did the same thing in Game 2. It was very reminiscent of that Game 2 performance where he erupted down the stretch of the second quarter, pushed that game from what could have been a 5-point game into an 18-point lead at the half. Same exact situation in a game that was competitive, in a series that was competitive. It did not look it to close this thing out because Javon Roll was Javon Roll. We've talked about this for the last 3 years with Golden State, but their barometer for success, on the one hand, it's Javon Roll and Deontay Dixon, and they were both great. But the supporting staff, right? The supporters going and having great nights. Dickerson and Pack each had 15. Lynn Garner with 13 off the bench. And you get 13 from Lynn Garner, you're in good shape. And then Jonte Taylor with 11. All of that was great. And all of that helps put the Warriors into position to win basketball games. They often and almost always win the basketball games when they get that combined with Javon Roll. Golden State has not been the buzzsaw that we saw when they won 3 in a row. Yes, they won a championship last year, their 4th in 5 years. This is not the same team because, some attrition, all those peak guys, some of them have left. But they're still a championship contender when Javon Roll is at his peak. I would also say this to Minnesota. Abiz Ojale and Darian Hairston met the moment. 25, 23 points from the two of them. They actually had a really good game. And Abiz Ojale, really rough on the road in this series. His best road game of the series, I would say. Darian Hairston has proven he can be a number 2. You wish you didn't get 9 out of 20 from Jacob Kuksix, who you're going to look at and is probably going to be the scapegoat here. But I think it's the good and the bad. Minnesota is definitely going to go into the summer, and the question mark is going to be Jacob Kuksix is making 48. Now he's going to be over $50 million. And he has not looked like an all-star, and you need him to at least be an all-star for that dollar amount. You look and say Abiz Ojale needs to figure out how to be consistent for an entire series. Darian Hairston, I think, maybe has the most defining series where he is a number 2, right? And you're not going to win a championship, or I should say this. Darian Hairston is at his peak of number 2. I don't think you win a championship with Darian Hairston as your number 2. I think you win a championship with Hairston as your 3. They thought Kuksix could be the 3 or the 2. He's not that guy. And that's how they're going to head into the summer. At the same time, though, you lost to an all-time great in Javon Roll, who continues to be an all-time great. Let's do a little Chicken McNugget 3-piece and hit the other 3 games just as quick as we possibly can here. Let's start with the big stunner. The Venom taking down the Sonics. The wheels were supposed to fall off this thing. They just didn't. The Venom get the clutch wins, get the clutch buckets. A team that relies on defense got another elite defensive game, and it's proving that the matchups matter. Who you're going up against really matters, because I'm going to take the Suns in the next round, but if you get the Suns and the Venom in the first round, then the Venom bow out as a 6 seed, and you're like, well, what do they have to figure out? Now it's conference semifinals. So great matchups for them, really matter. On the other side, though, the Sonics need help. Alshon Webb is really freaking good. He needs to be a better three-point shooter. He shot 20% in this series after shooting 31% from the season. They need somebody else. Alexander Sangalia statistically actually had a pretty good series. 21 points, 50, 37, 87, had 8.6 rebounds. Both of those were up. But in the big moment, he fouls out in Game 7 with 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go, something like that. He has to be better. You can't have Donnell Everett scoring a season-high 19 points be the second best scorer on this team. They need to figure out, do they have a number 2 guy here, a consistent one, and that maybe that can be Sangalia. Sangalia looks more like a number 3 because he's not doing what Deontay Dixon is doing, right? He's not doing what Cade Cunningham did to close out the series, not to begin the series. They need somebody that they can turn to in the same way that Brooklyn and Boston and Chicago and Golden State and Houston all can turn to somebody and say, that's our number 2. Seattle does not have that. Speaking of who they're facing, the Suns and the Thunder. This is a generational run for Jacoby Cleaves. You want to talk about needing a number 2. Cade Cunningham played better. But a generational run right now from Jacoby Cleaves. 54-point triple-double in Game 7, the highest scoring triple-double, highest scoring Game 7 1, highest scoring triple-double by far in Game 7. 3 straight triple-doubles to clear out this comeback from down 3-1. 3 straight triple-doubles to close it out. I think Javon Roll is the best point guard in the game. It's hard to find a player as good as Jacoby Cleaves is in the NBA. Yes, there's doppelgangers, and Deontay Dixon very well may be an MVP. Abiz Ojale was it last year. 1 MVP in the books for Jacoby Cleaves. He's on an elite run because he's an elite player, and when he's winning basketball games, he's the best player in basketball. And pound for pound, him and Jalen Justice are the 2 guys that I would be splitting hairs over as to who is the best pure basketball player, let alone, we're not talking wins and losses, because that obviously should matter. And then Bulls and the Heat. Stokes was dominant. Finally, the ball cleared out for him. This feels like the Bulls are kind of playing with their food. And we saw this a year ago when they blew 3 straight 3-1 series leads. You lead 3-2 against Miami. You have a chance to close it out on the road, and you don't. That's, to me, what this Chicago team is becoming. We can talk at length about Jonathan Kuminga. Great series. Turning back the clock. He's still an all-star. He's still capable of being a number 2 guy, which he definitely was. He was the number 1 guy, but they didn't have anybody else. But Chicago, 3-1 lead against Milwaukee Bucks in the conference semifinals, blew it. 3-1 lead against the Nets in the conference finals, blew it. They won both of those Game 7s. 3-1 lead against Golden State in the NBA Finals, blew it. Lose Game 7. Now you have a 3-2 lead. You trailed 1-0 and 2-1 against Miami, a team you should have easily won. There was a 69-win team and a 40-win team in that series. That should not have gone to 7 games, and it does. Chicago, are they playing with their food too much? Because it sure feels like it, and that's starting to become the character of who this group is. Real quick, rapid-fire picks. Chicago, Charlotte, give me Chicago. I feel like maybe they've figured out that they can't do that anymore. We'll find out. Brooklyn and Boston, I think it's going 7. Give me Brooklyn. I just like the depth there, I suppose, but I do not like picking against Jalen Justice, Samari Swift. We got Suns and we got Venom. It's ending. The Suns are going to win that thing. And then Houston, Golden State. Give me Golden State. The youth of Houston could be the downfall there. Give me Golden State as the winner against Houston, and we get the juiciest matchups. Rematch Chicago, Brooklyn, rematch Phoenix and Golden State. We're coming back Games 1, Game 2, coming up next.